What's up, Sports Galaxy? We're back here again with another mock draft. You guys are really enjoying it, really showing the support, and really giving us the views. The last mock draft got 20 likes, which is nuts. But if you guys get 50, we'll do that first round. But today we're going to do another lottery video. You guys are really enjoying it, so I'm going to keep these going. So with the first overall pick, I'm going to have the Golden State Warriors selecting, center James Wiseman from Memphis University. He's a very good player with his 7'1" frame. I think he'll be very good at the next level. And yeah, he's just a freak athlete. He's very tall. He can stretch the floor. I think he'll be a very dominant center in the NBA and will fit into a Warriors team who definitely need that center of the future. Next, with the second overall pick, I'm going to have the Cleveland Cavaliers selecting Anthony Edwards from Georgia University. He is a small forward on this website that I'm looking at right now, but I think that he is more of a shooting guard. I feel like with this Cavs team, they really need best player available, and I think Anthony Edwards has the most star potential, and he's proven to be the best player at this point, so I think they're going to go with Anthony Edwards. Next, to pick number 3, the Timberwolves are up. They can go in a couple different directions. I think they really need that small forward position, and I'm going to have them going with Israel's small forward, Denny Avdija. He's got a lot of star potential, and I think he'll be very, very good at the next level. I feel like with a team like the Timberwolves, they definitely need that small forward position because they have D'Angelo Russell, Malik Beasley, Karl Anthony Towns, and they just really need that. They really need that small forward position. I think Denny Avdija has a very high ceiling, and they'll be very satisfied to have him available at pick number 3. He's getting comparisons to Luka Doncic only because he's foreign. But yeah, now down to pick number 4, I'm going to have the Atlanta Hawks. They could go in a couple different directions. I think they're just going to go with player with the most potential, and that could arguably be between LaMelo Ball and Obi Toppin at this point. I'm going to have them taking LaMelo Ball out of Australia. LaMelo Ball, he's been in the spotlight since he was 14 years old, which is nuts. When he was an 8th grader, he was playing on Chino Hill's high school team with his 2 older brothers. And then he just kind of skyrocketed up the popularity ranks. He's a very talented player, and I think he'll make a great impact on the NBA. He is a 6'8" point guard who can literally score, and he proved that he could do that against professional competition and even in the Drew League. So I'm very confident that he'll be very good in the NBA. Now we're at pick number 5. The Detroit Pistons are picking. They can go in a couple different directions. I'm going to have them going with best player available again. That is Obi Toppin, power forward out of Dayton. I think he's more of a small forward, but this team, they have Sekou Doumbouya, they have Luke Kennard. They don't have much young talent. I could see them going in a couple different directions, but I think that Obi Toppin would be a pretty good fit to because he has star potential, superstar potential. He could be the next LeBron if he really pans out in the NBA. But yeah, I think that Obi Toppin will be the pick at number 5. Now to pick number 6, the New York Knicks are picking. They can go in a couple different directions. It's really hard to think about what they're going to do. I'm going to have them going with point guard Tyrese Haliburton out of Iowa State. He's a very talented player. Draws remarks to players like DeJounte Murray. And I think they really need that. I think they really need the point guard of the future. And I think Tyrese Haliburton has a lot of potential in the NBA. He reminds me a lot like a player like maybe Shai Gilgeous-Alexander, or as I said earlier, DeJounte Murray. So I think he'll be very good at the next level. And yeah, now I'm down to pick number 7 with the Chicago Bulls picking. I don't see Otto Porter as a long-term player for the Bulls, so I definitely think that small forward is the pick to do it. Not the pick to do it, the pick to go right here. And I'm going to have them picking Isaac Okoro out of small forward out of Auburn. Isaac Okoro is a very talented player. He's a very good 3-and-D player. He's one of those players that'll help a team right away, and it's hard to explain. He reminds me a lot of players like Mikal Bridges, DeAndre Hunter. And yeah, I think that Isaac Okoro will be very good at the next level. And he's also very good in fast break, and he'll help a very young Bulls team try to win a championship. Now we're at pick number 8. I'm going to have the Charlotte Hornets select They could go in a couple different directions. I'm going to have them going with a player. Where's Onyeka Okongwu? Did I already have him pick? No, I'm going to have them taking Onyeka Okongwu out of USC. Unless I don't have him picked already. What? Wait, let me look. No, I'm gonna have them taking Onyeka Okongwu, center out of USC. Sorry for all that. He did play with he played with LaMelo Ball in high school, and I think that he draws remarks to players like the likes of Bam Adebayo, and I think that Onyeka Okongwu will be amazing at the next level. I think he'll be very good. I don't think he's that good of a shooter, but he could obviously develop that as we see players like Andre Drummond starting to shoot better from three. But yeah, Onyeka Okongwu, I think he'll be a very dominant shot blocking center, and I think he'll be a lot like a player like Bam Adebayo. Now to pick number 9, the Wizards are up. They already got their backcourt. They already got decent play, so they could really go in any different direction. I'm going to have them taking Precious Achiuwa, small forward out of Memphis. I feel like Precious Achiuwa is very good, and I think that he has superstar potential, being his frame and his athleticism. He obviously can't shoot, but I feel like as a slasher in the NBA and really playing that small forward position, I think he'll be very good. And I think a team like the Washington Wizards would very much benefit off of that at pick number 9. Now to pick number 10, I'm going to have the Suns taking a point guard, and that point guard's going to be... They go a couple different directions, but I'm going to have them taking Killian Hayes from France. Killian, I know that France point guards don't really work out, but like Frank Ntilikina, but I think that Killian Hayes is. I've seen his game. He looks like he's not amazing at one thing, but he's very good at everything. And yeah, I think that the Suns, they've needed a point guard for so long with Ricky Rubio and Old Head being their point guard, even though he's pretty good. But yeah, I think they're looking to the future with Ayton and Booker and Oubre and Saric. They got a pretty young team, and I think that they'll be really good off taking a point guard at pick number 10, and Killian Hayes is the right guy for that. Now to pick number 11, I'm going to have the San Antonio Spurs selecting best player available, and that's going to be Cole Anthony, point guard from North Carolina. This is a mock draft. This is what I predict teams to do, but I am a player who I'm not a player. I'm a person who does not personally like Cole Anthony. I think he's an undersized shooting guard. He proved that with turnovers and him not getting like the most amount of like real assists. I don't think he's going to be a great playmaker in the NBA, so I think that kind of limits him from playing the point guard position, which really sucks for him because he's 6'3". I think he's kind of like a player like Tyrese Maxey. But like Cole Anthony, if his role is going to be score the ball, I think he'll be great at that role. Maybe reminds me of a player like even like Lou Williams, just a player who could just go out there and score, get some buckets. And I think Cole Anthony would be a great player like that. And yeah, I'm going to have the Spurs picking that. Right now the Spurs have DeMar DeRozan and LaMarcus Aldridge, and I feel like taking a player like Cole Anthony, like a boomer bust player, because they're kind of like on the edge right now. They're not rebuilding, but they are rebuilding. Like it's a weird situation. I'm going to have them taking Cole Anthony. With the 12th pick, I'm going to have the Sacramento Kings selecting Jaden McDaniels out of Washington. I know this is a little high for him, but I feel like how the Kings are composed, I actually think that Jaden McDaniels would be the perfect player on their team, because Jaden McDaniels is a stretch 4, and I feel like with like Derek Favors, Jackson Hayes, they already got their centers. I'm talking about the wrong team. No, the Kings, not the Pelicans. The Kings, they have Rashawn Holmes, Marvin Bagley as their centers. They have De'Aaron Fox, their point guard. They have some good wings and Buddy Hield and Bojan Bogdanovic. They just need that stretch 4. I know they have Nemanja Bjelica, but I think that they just need a better player, and I think Jaden McDaniels will do. I think he'll be very good at pick number 12 for the Kings. At pick number 13, the Pelicans, who I already accidentally talked about earlier, I think their biggest position of need is shooting guard, and I'm going to have them taking a guy who could just absolutely score off the bench, and that's going to be Tyrese Maxey out of Kentucky. I think that Drew Holiday's getting a little older, even though he's still an extremely talented player, and he's making a little too much for that team. So I'm going to have them taking Tyrese Maxey out of Kentucky. And last pick in the draft, I'm going to have Portland selecting, they could go a couple different directions. I'm just gonna have them taking best player available because they're not looking too good right now because they weren't even gonna make the playoffs before this whole thing ended. But I'm gonna have them taking R.J. Hampton from New Zealand. He was a little higher before he went the whole overseas route, but yeah, he's now gonna be a top 20 lock, I would say. But if he makes the lottery, I wouldn't be that surprised, and I think I could see him picked by a team like the Spurs. But if he falls later, a team like the Trailblazers would be happy to take him. I think that the Trailblazers would be extremely happy taking a player like Precious Achiuwa or Isaac Okoro, because I think that small forward is their biggest position of need, but there wasn't really a player good enough to be picked here. And I think that those players are perfect for what they want to do there in Portland, and I hope you guys enjoy. These videos are good for me to make, and you guys enjoy them. If this video hits 50 likes, we'll be making a full mock draft soon. We're going to be making these mock drafts every 3 days, and stay tuned. Comment your favorite NBA team because we're going to be doing videos on NBA teams soon, so yeah, stay tuned for that. And we've done pranks on NBA, NFL players, UFC fighters, MLB players, all that. They're all 100% real, trust me. We did one on a YouTuber named Christopher London with like 3 million views combined on his channels. So hope you guys enjoy. And yeah, peace out.